That's what I find phenomenal, is that in today's world, you can actually just struggle at your own pace, and you don't always have to be in a battle with the rest of the world. Now, the Sussexes, on the other hand, their battle is with the greater world, but it's because of the type of environment they are working in. It's one of a very made up, and when I say made up, I often think of television shows, some of my favorites, and I am a sci-fi fan. So I often think of many of my favorite sci-fi shows where a person might wake up and find themselves trapped in the middle of some pretend village or pretend society, whether they've been abducted and held prisoner. I mean, there was actually a show once, a long time ago, called Prisoner, and this man was placed in this mock European village, and he had to stay there until these people thought they had extracted secrets from him. But it's just things like that, and that many of us are actually surviving in a state where we feel as if we are in a pretend mock or secret village. And that is where the Sussexes are. But in this world, we have to always try to hold ourselves together. And as a mother, as a parent, when I'm looking at the world through a different set of eyes than I did when I was a young person coming up. I mean, I'm a mom of adult children. I often think of these two, even though they're probably a little bit older than my kids. I think of them as going through the same type of things, and how I feel watching their parents observe them trying to go through these things. You know, now I can't relate at all to the royal family. I have no idea how they feel or how they interpret what's happening to um, the Duchess and Harry, or Prince Harry, actually. I have no idea how they would interpret that, because I'm not a royal, and the way that they would think about these things is so completely different. However, when I see pictures of Miss Doria, I often think, in her case, well, that could be me. And in her case, this is definitely not pleasant. I don't think it's the type of lifestyle you are wishing that your children have to go through these ordeals. And of course, like most parents of adult children, you have to be kept at a little bit of a distance when you want to be helpful, because often adult children don't particularly want your help as they try to navigate some of these extreme challenges in their lives. And they definitely don't believe that a parent can really understand what they may be going through, because everyone feels that it's so completely foreign. But I guarantee you, there are elements of it that are not. The scale may be different, the magnitude may be greater, but often the way the events are constructed are very much the same. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I didn't want to take up everyone's night. We're going to do some more recordings, and I'll talk a little bit more about specific things that I've been seeing. And as we get closer to the date of the actual Netflix documentary and the book that will be coming out, these will be some exciting times, and I want to see some of the material and then watch how the rest of the public feeds upon it. And while we wait for that to happen, I want to pass out a couple of assignments like this one. I want everyone to keep in mind and keep their eyes on the type of people who seem to show the most anger towards these young people. And I'm just curious if anyone begins to see a pattern like I do. Like if there is a certain type of mindset that is more angry than any other. And we'll come back to that question the next time we have our chat together. And I want to get your opinion on that. And then if you see a pattern or if you think there's some sort of a thread, what do you think is going through it? Um, I think it's interesting what I think I'm noticing, but I want to spend more time so that I can be very, what do you call it, open minded about what I think I'm seeing. And then I want to hear other people's opinions about it. So, with that, I do not want to keep everyone on the chat really late. And I did want to start off a couple of the lives. And as I get my feet wet in this environment, learn how I want to go about chatting on these different topics, and also getting a good feel about how to perform some of these live streams. So I appreciate everyone's support and help in this endeavor. And the more that I get into it, hopefully we'll have the opportunity for other people to come up and speak to me actually live. But we got to work on that, all right? So I want to say thank you to all of you that had a chance to listen in, and we will join you next time. And remember, this is definitely a channel that is strictly all for success. And that is what we believe in. And we want to spread out to everyone mindset, calmness, and utility when thinking about keeping things all for success. Okay, so with that said, let's get ourselves ready for the next day and all of the adventures that we may have coming up. And I want to thank you again. Good night.